Hello and welcome. This is Evelyne Brink here from Brink Coaching, and today I am with the very exciting, innovative mind, Nicholas Himowicz. Am I saying it right?
Perfect.
Perfect. And we're going to talk about how to be entertaining and compelling on camera. And the way we're going to do that is that Nick is extremely good at asking questions and analyzing what's happening. And I'm great at just bouncing around like a mad ball. And so what we're going to do is for Nick to analyze what my bouncing around does and how you can use techniques and tools to make your video storytelling more entertaining, exciting, and fun.
My name's Nick Himowicz, and this is the wonderful Evelyne Brink. Is Brink actually your surname, Evelyne?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a fantastic surname.
Thank you.
Evelyne is a fantastic personality, particularly on camera, and so I have some questions for her that, to kind of break down what she's doing, so we can share it with everyone, and we can all kind of, as a community, raise our video games. How does that sound? Fantastic. Excellent.
Yay! Sounds amazing to me.
And the first question I have is, how are you able to bring so much energy to your videos? Because it's so difficult to talk to just a screen without having a human behind it, but you're able to just bring your energy to the video. Anyway, how do you do that?
I love that question. So when it comes to energy, first thing is I need to have the energy in the first place, on video or off. If I don't have energy off screen, it's going to be hard to have it on screen unless you happen to get very turned on by cameras looking at you. That sounds kinkier than I meant it to sound. But for some of us, it's exciting to perform and to be seen. So there is, I will admit, an increase of energy for me when I'm ready to record or when I'm ready to go on a stage. And from what I know, most people would feel a push of adrenaline when they go on a stage in front of people. So if you imagine that the video is actually shown to a lot of people, you can produce a similar rush in your system. But you still need a good amount of energy outside of that. I can't rely on just that little bit of extra. So the question will then be, what do you do to have energy as a human being? What do you do to come alive? And that is one of my favorite topics that I work with in the deep coaching work that I do. How do we come alive? What is it that turns you on to life? So that, has all this joy and other energies coming out of you when needed.
So it sounds like it's a lot more than just being about video. It's actually about kind of raising your game as an individual, as a human, to be able to then create better videos.
Yep.
We got deep fast there.
We got deep fast. You busted me right there. I make it look like it's just about video, but in fact, it really is. It's just the way in to talk about presence, to talk about being you, not just what you do, who you are, what makes you you, expressing yourself, daring to be you. Like, those are really big words for me. The daring is big because to me, it feels like it does take courage to actually show how I am. And I know it takes other people courage to actually express how they really are, not how they think they should be. To be is a big word.
Yeah.
Often overused, but really big and rich and deep when you look at it. And you is something everyone says, just be yourself, just be you. But what the heck does that even mean? There is so much to it. And when we get into the juice of that, yeah, it's very, very exciting. But the more we look at what is it that is unique about you, what is it that makes you laugh, that makes you cry, that has you want to raise your game, that inspires you, really motivates you, the more, of course, your energy levels in general also rise. And then, yes, you can bring that to the camera if you choose to.
And connected to this, how do you create such a good connection with the other person on the other side of the video, like when they actually go to watch it? Because I feel like you're able to create a real connection with them. Have you got any tips for how you do that? I think it's connected to what you were saying, isn't it?
Thank you for the compliment, first of all. That feels really good receiving that. Well, what I do is when I speak to the camera, I think about the people I want to talk to. Especially the ones that like me and that I feel will appreciate what I have to say, because that lights me up. So I don't want to say that that is a tip for everyone, but I'm sure it can help a few people out. So I like to think of people that I find interesting to talk to. And, you know, some people you just want to tell things.
Mm.
Think of that person when you go on camera and you tell them those things, it already adds some of that tension. Like for me, I have to kind of tone it down a little usually, because otherwise I'm really full on in that camera. I'm like, guess what? And I find that sometimes I watch people that are over enthusiastic on video and I step back from that. It's too much for me. So, oh, hang on, a hair moment here. Appreciating that we're human and we're all on different energetic levels in our day. Sometimes I soften that up, but I really want to connect and bring something to you when I speak into the camera. And that's probably the result of that is then that you feel that connection. It's my intention first.
Brilliant. So part of it is wanting to imagining you're speaking to someone that you really want to share something with, and actually having that thing that you really want to share be something that you're really passionate and interested in makes it a lot easier for you to make that connection. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and there's this element of, there are some people who really want to hear you.
Yeah.
And they draw out my desire to really share. So I think about that the camera never interrupts me. And that's why it's my best friend.
Oh.
That's kind of cute and sad at the same time, right? But it never interrupts me. It really lets me speak. So it's an opportunity for you to be heard. So yeah, that helps me draw that out.
Something I think connected to this again, because the camera doesn't interrupt you. Sometimes I find with video, it's quite easy to get caught into this kind of like monotone, and it's quite hard to then jump out and like create dynamics in the way that you're kind of speaking and in kind of the topics as well. I think something, again, here's another compliment for you, just setting you up for it, is you're very good at changing dynamics and switching between like big movements, going close to the camera, and like your tonality as well of your voice. Can you explain a little bit about what goes through your mind with that and how you're able to change gears and keep it exciting?
Thank you. Ah, awesome. Dynamics is great, right? I enjoy watching them too. I want to ask first, so my hair is in a fall into your eyes Instagram photo shot mood, but that's not very practical. Let me ask the opposite question. What has you go monotone?
Sorry?
What has you go monotone? What has you not have things move through your body and going up and down and wide and small? Why would you go and stay in one?
Well, I think part of it might be to do with what you were saying, is about maybe talking about a topic that you're not truly passionate about. That could maybe cause monotone. I think also when I'm on video, I feel slightly restricted to not jump out as much. But actually, when I watch back, the bits that were most interesting and kept you engaged were the bits where you went, oh, and then like jumped around a little bit. And I think that's something that you're good at. So I want to
pick up on that point, because this is, so for those of us who are enthusiastic, crazy types with crazy energy, which is not actually crazy, but it just means we have an exuberance of energy. We've often been told to tone it down. Isn't that right, Nick?
That's right. Absolutely.
So we're chronically afraid to overwhelm others with our energy. And so I have a background on the stage and in performing. And the feedback I've always had was, tone it down, Brinky. Like, bring it down. It's too much, because big hand movements and active and alive, and it's like, it's too much. So always, Evelyne, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. To the degree where I've brought myself down so much to normal levels that I too can appear boring. And then somebody at some point...
I too. Even
I, crazy person, if you let me, can become mundane and boring and then lose everything. And then somebody reminded me that actually your crazy is what makes you individual. So you want to let that crazy out. It's just that we need to understand that whatever we do has an impact on other people. So my crazy has an impact on other people. If I let too much of my crazy out at once, it can really overwhelm another person. So it makes sense to have a level where I can actually foster connection, because it's not all about me. It's not all the Evelyne show. But if I allow my crazy out as well, I then add to the connection by giving you something of me, of the unique me. So this is a dance. I'm not going to say that I'm perfect at it, but that's a dance that I'm dancing, I'm rehearsing. So actually, I'll be honest with you, I do a lot of toning down in my videos too, learning to be really still. My first acting teacher, not my first, but my acting teacher in New York, I did film acting. And she said, she looked at me once, a cigarette in her hand. It was really classic, scenario like this. Evelyne, you're really powerful when you're still. And it was amazing to hear that, because my default thinking is you've got to do something to be something. You've got to do something to impress. I'm acting, I need to show you. I'm flirting, let me flirt. I'm meant to be attractive, let me be attractive. And when she pointed that out, it was like, oh, I need to do nothing and then I'm powerful. But I couldn't really do that at that time, because it meant actually holding that energy inside myself rather than dissipating it out. So the art for the more energetic of us is to acknowledge the energy and be able to hold it in your own body, not needing to let it out all the time, but then sometimes, poof, burst it out. And that's what you then call dynamic. How does that
Brilliant.
sound?
I love it. I love it. I feel like you've dropped a lot of knowledge bombs for us here. It's like pow, pow, pow. So just to summarize some of the things that I've really picked up from what you've said, because I think there's been a lot here. One was that I'm not going to do it in any particular order, but one was to let out your crazy a little bit, I think is one, and try not to always box it in. But equally, conversely, there is power in stillness and feeling the energy within you and just holding that there, and that can come across and be very powerful. I think another thing that you said was talk about things that you're passionate about. And another thing is pretend when you're talking to the camera that you're talking to someone that wants to listen to what you have to say. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nick, for your very apt analysis here. It's really useful to have you talk about what I just said and put it into bite-sized chunks. I think this is great, and hopefully we'll get everyone what they need to up-level their video game. And hopefully we can do this again soon. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Evelyne.
Thanks for watching, everyone.